Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is where you're at. Hope everybody's having a good day. I had somebody comment wanting to know about the electronic logs. So I'm gonna make this video to cover everything, show you, how to set it up, how to get going, how to shut it down, how to fix any problems you might have with it. Just, basic knowledge, because I don't know too much about it myself. I just know what I need to do to get the job done. So, and just a heads up, in case some of y'all don't know, every company has a different Qualcomm type and a different profile, different settings and stuff. It's not off by a lot. Some of it will vary a little bit. Some of it will have buttons in different locations and stuff. I'm with Swift. I only know how to do the Swift Qualcomm. So, but if you just take your time and kind of read over everything, you should be able to find it with other devices and with other companies. So it's not really that hard. It's more of a time thing. But as soon as you get your truck, the first thing you want to do is log into the device. You want to enter all your information and hit log in, and then instead of your name popping up, your driver code will pop up, and about 5 to 6 minutes later the computer system will update and get everything moved over, and then your name will appear. After that, you want to click hours of service. If your name is not here, you're going to want to drop it down and click it. If you're running teams, if you're doing teams, both of you will have to log in. It will have both of your names, except for only one of y'all will be active at a time. And then when it's time to switch over, you'll just hit change, and then you'll hit the person that's taken over, hit change, and it says person will become an inactive driver or an active driver, and you hit accept or OK, and then the device will switch over, and then everything on this screen will become the other person's profile pretty much. But you're in, you're going to hit your hours of service, and then this screen is going to pop up. Make sure your name's here, like I said. Now, depending on how you left the other truck, or if this is going to be your first time coming in here, most of this will probably be in all zeros. I'm doing a 34-hour reset, so I got some extra times and stuff. But for the majority, the first thing you want to do is make sure you're in the sleeper berth. Super easy. You want to double check all your stuff. If you're a new driver, it'll pretty much look just like that. It'll just be all zeros with the date all the way down, and it saves up to 8 days. You're going to want to check your summary. Make sure you have a full 70-hour clock if you're new. Make sure everything looks good. And if you have any log, they call them something. I call them, just the history, but Swift has a term for this. They want you to approve of them every day. So make sure you approve of them. Now, it's super simple. Let's say you start your day. It's time for you to get on the road. The first thing you want to do is you want to hit change. You want to hit on duty. You want to hit the down arrow. You want to go to pre-trip. And when you hit pre-trip, it's going to come back up and you want to hit OK. And as soon as you hit OK, it will go to on duty instead of sleeper. And this is the duration time that will show you. And as we all know, you have to log at least 15 minutes of on-duty pre-trip time. With this Qualcomm, and I don't know if it's going to be the same with all the other companies, but with this one, I have found that if you wait 15 minutes and then go into drive time, it will actually subtract a minute. So instead of doing 15 minutes, you need to do 16 minutes just to be safe. Okay, go back here. After you're finished driving, let's say it's the end of the day, or you're just done or whatever, you want to go back into sleeper berth. The only time you will use off duty is when you're completely away from the truck. If you're in a hotel room, if you went home, anything like that. But as long as you're working, you don't want to use the off-duty button, because if DOT pulls you over and they see that you're doing off-duty a lot, they're going to be like, well, you're away from this truck every night, you don't sleep in it, and then they're going to start digging. Get the steering wheel out of the thing. But for the most part, you'll stay in sleeper berth. Off-duty drive time is for your personal use only. You cannot use it to put extra miles on your load, like to finish a day. Really the only thing that's used for is in emergency situations, and if you are at home and you need to go to Walmart or something, you can use that. Instead of messing up your drive time clock, you can use that to go somewhere. This is your drive button. So after you hit your on duty, pre-trip or whatever, and you come back to this screen because you're ready to drive, you'll hit the drive thing and you'll hit OK. It's super simple. Usually it takes about 2 days to get used to it. Make sure I'm not covering anything up with my thumb. Let's go back here so I can walk through everything. Hours of service. Now, on this screen, it's going to show you a lot of information, and I highly recommend keeping up with it. It's always going to show you what status you're in, the duration of the status, the amount of miles you drove that day. These two tabs right here are going to show you about your rollover hours. It's going to show you hours to be gained tonight and hours to be gained in 2 days. And then this will show you the last 34-hour reset you have, which for me it's right now. Other than that, there won't be that much on here. Like I said, your summary is just where your time clocks are, so you can see how much time you have remaining. You won't hardly use this one, to be completely honest with you. The graph is just like a log paper, just in vision form on the Qualcomm. If you get pulled over by DOT, they're probably going to look at this one and probably your 8-day log, and then they'll click it and kind of go over everything. But that really, I've had to deal with the DOT one time and they really didn't care. They wanted to just, they were more looking at the ones that I had approved, and then I had like 4 that I didn't approve, and they wanted to know why I didn't have them approved. The load is just what you're under pretty much, but it's not that hard. Play with it. If you mess up on something, the only thing you can't fix on this is your drive time. So if you stop for the day and instead of going into sleeper berth, you accidentally went on, let's see here, to on duty. So instead of going from driving to sleeper berth, you accidentally hit on duty and then you left and you come back, you can fix it. All you'd have to do is go to your hours of service, approve, and it will be a list, and you click it and then you hit change, and you change it to what you need it to be changed to, and then it's going to ask you why you need to change it, and just fill out the thing with your, flip up your keyboard and you just type in why you need it to be changed. The only thing you cannot change is your drive time. If the truck gets above 10 or 15 miles per hour, the Qualcomm will automatically flip it on to drive time. So you have to be careful with that going around the yard and everything. That's pretty much it for your service. Everything else is really, there's only 3 tabs on here you'll use. 4 if you're starting. You'll use your messages, hours of service, navigation, and your login. I used my navigation a lot when I first started, before I saved up the money to get my GPS. I highly recommend getting a GPS and not going off the Qualcomm GPS, because it will go down a lot and they're having glitches with it. So get your own GPS. It's expensive. It's going to be in between $300 to $700 depending on what make and model you get, but it's worth it. Your messages, super easy. I have a video covering your messages, so this one's just going to be about, you know, the hours of service part. Swift. But yeah, I hope I covered everything. I kind of just woke up like maybe 45 minutes ago and somebody commented. I was like, I'm still on the break, I'll push out another video. If you have any more questions about it, drop a comment. Don't forget to like this video so other people can see it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can see when I post other helpful videos. Also, check out my Facebook page, Andrew's Crazy Life, and if you need to get in touch with me, you can go on my Facebook page and shoot me a message, and you can also check out my Instagram and Twitter and check out all the pictures I post. I hope everybody has a good day.